Today we have a brand new yarn to introduce to you just for our retailers. This yarn is called Manos del Uruguay Milo. Manos yarns have been around for about 40 years now, and their whole thing is empowering local artisans in Uruguay and giving them a stable, sustainable income so that they can support their families. This yarn is a perfect addition to the other spring and summer yarn lines that you carry in your shop. Milo is a blend of wool and linen, so that makes it a really good choice for spring and summer knits. You get the warmth and the softness of the merino wool, and then you get the really lovely drape and coolness of the linen. So we have a few samples to show you today too. It's really exciting. This is the Hugo shawl. As you can see, it's a brioche knit, and here's the back side. So this is the Hugo shawl. It is an asymmetrical sort of scarfy wrap, which ends in this big point here, and then it decreases all the way down to this small little thing here, and it has this spine that goes all the way throughout, so it makes a really beautiful shawl when you're done. And as you can see, as I'm moving the fabric around, that drape is just beautiful, and that drape is from the linen content in the yarn. So this is the Hugo shawl, and it was made with this shade right here, which is called this shade here is called Catechus. So these are all hand dyed. Every single skein is hand dyed in Uruguay, and this is a really beautiful sort of variegated skein here, and that's the Hugo shawl. These are all free patterns, by the way, that are going to be on the website by the time that this video goes up. So if you see this pattern and you think, oh my gosh, I really love this, it's a free pattern. Go grab it right now. So this is the Hugo shawl. So here we have the Paradis shawl. It is made up of 7 sections in a plain knitting with this spine that goes all the way through. And you can see it has some ridges on the edging to keep it from curling in. And it comes up with these really beautiful chevrons. And it just makes a massive, huge, gorgeous wrap. And again, you can see the way that the fabric is moving. This fabric just has a beautiful drape. So with this pattern, you are sort of mixing different colors as you go, which you'll see in the free pattern. This is also a free pattern. So the first color that you start off with is this beautiful natural color, sort of like a lovely oat colored yarn. And we really love that sort of heathered texture, that really heathered look that you get from the blend of the wool and the linen. And so then you mix that in with the next color. So then this is the sort of mixed chevron, and here's the next color. And this lovely gold is called Savannah, which we think is very apt. To sort of not quite camel, it's more of a gold, a really nice gold shade. So this is Savannah, and then again you mix it with the next color that's coming up here. And this color is called Roma. We imagine it was probably inspired by the terracotta roof tiles that are still very popular in Italy. So this is Roma. And again, that heathered look is just really beautiful. And again, we have it mixed with the next color and the last color, which ends in this lovely point here. And here's this last color. This last color is called Beehive. So there we go, there's Beehive. So this is the Paradis shawl. Again, it's a free pattern, so head over to the website. And that's 5 shades of the new Manos Milo wool and linen blend yarn that make up this really beautiful 7-sectioned Paradis shawl. And we just love that. So the next thing we have up, we have another sample to show you. This is the Gamma slip over. And as you can see, it has this sort of texture along where the shoulders are, and a neckline low enough that you can wear it over a collared shirt. Some lovely sort of seed stitch texture here in the front. And then some very, very subtle texture here in the main body of the garment. Again, the Gamma slip over here this is a free pattern. So as you can see, this There's lots of different textures in this, and then it finishes with this really nice deep rib. So there we go, that is the Gamma slip-over sort of sweater vest. And that is knitted up in this yarn, which is called Baltico. And this really shows off that sort of linen heathered look really beautifully. And the textures in this really just let that lovely wool and linen blend shine. There's some other shades that we have not shown you yet, which we will show you right now. Some of these we think would also make excellent gradient choices for that Paradis shawl. Here we have Campo, which is a really pretty green. We have Conifera, which is a nice sort of sprucey green, like a winter green, spearmint green. We have Lisboa, which is a really beautiful sort of bluish gray. We have Stonehenge, named for, of course, Stonehenge, and this is a really beautiful sort of neutral greeny brown color, sort of like a mossy green. And another really beautiful variegated shade here. This one is called Grizzly, kind of like the bear. So that's another really beautiful variegated shade. And then we have Coquina here, another variegated shade. Again, these are all hand dyed by artisans in Uruguay. And it's a really great brand to support because they have a very strong ethos in supporting their workers. So this is another really beautiful variegated shade. This is called Morocco. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. We have a few more to show you. We have another variegated shade. This one's called Rainbow Trout. This is definitely one of the office favorites. There's all those colors in there. So this is Rainbow Trout. And then we have this really stunning sort of charcoal. This is called Manchester. Really gorgeous. That linen in the blend really sort of lets this look like a true charcoal. And then we have one more to show you. This is the last new shade we have to show you. This red wine colored yarn is very appropriately named Venezia, also known as Venice. A friendly reminder that both the Gamma pullover and the beautiful brioche Hugo scarf and also the beautiful long enormous gradient wrap Paradis, and here the Paradis wrap. As we said before, all of these patterns are free on the Rooster Yarns website for you and for your customers to help promote this beautiful new Manos del Uruguay Milo yarn, which again is perfect for spring and summer knits, and we just know it's going to be exactly what your customers are looking for this season.